Broadcast is live. I don't know why I always start with that.
I don't know either. People that are listening or watching know that we're live that we're on air, whatever you want to call it. Because
you know what?
I
think I say it out loud just to reassure you that the broadcast is in fact live. It's time to stop saying stupid things. Maybe that's the reason why I do it. Maybe not.
To me, you're talking to me or to yourself?
To you.
Funnels and Follow-Up. That's the name of this show. Not Let's Make Barry Look Bad. The show is all about funnels and follow-up. And today, Kat, we got an amazing guest from the Bot Cave.
From the Bot Cave. And I think what she's going to talk about is an incredibly important tool to bring the right people into your funnel. Now, you could be like everybody else, right? And you can have this funnel that just runs around trying to get as many people as you possibly humanly can get into your funnel, and then try to bring them out the other side. And all that does is create a colander because all those people want out. And when your funnel starts to get holes, it's a colander and all those people want out. What you want to do is you want to have systems in place so that when the people come into your funnel, when the people come into your world, they're kind of qualified.
Not kind of. They are qualified.
You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. You are right.
Wait. This is being broadcast live. This is being recorded. Catherine said I'm right. Life is good.
That's right.
If you don't ever see me again, know I died a happy man.
This is true. This is true. So
I guess then, Kat, tell us what we got.
I think that today you're going to find this incredible tool that will help you bring qualified people into your funnel. So like the bottom of your funnel gets cut off, and it's more like just a way to lead people into the right buckets to the right product of yours or the service. Anyway, today we're speaking to the one, the only RJ Redden. Woohoo! Bot strategist, ninja, certified true chat partner, and founder of Black Belt Bots. As a marketing tech coach for over 20 years, which I don't get because RJ, what are you, like 13?
45.
45. She's worked with small business owners to grow their business online. And she's here because she's discovered an incredible method that works, an incredible method that will help you get the right people into the top of your funnel so you can lead them where you need to lead them. And that method, my friends, is chatbots. So,
ladies and gentlemen, the Queen Ninja Guru herself, the Bot Queen, the Botalicious.
The Botalicious, yes.
RJ Redden.
RJ.
Hello, RJ.
Hello, my darlings. I am so glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me on your show. I just love being with you, A, and can't possibly get enough, B. So, just so you know.
Thank you.
Aww. So, okay, go ahead, Kat.
I was going to say, what is the overreaching umbrella of what a bot does?
It is a one-on-one conversation on steroids because it can go from one-to-one to one-to-many. Same conversation, same you, same character, same everything. Whether 100 people hit on a bot or on my bot or 1,000 people hit on my bot, it's the same introduction conversation. People can choose their own adventure, find out about you. There's so many things, but it's a conversation on steroids. That's how I explain it to people.
So here's the question that I and many people, I'm sure, listening to this have right now. If it's a one-to-many, a one-to-multitude conversation, doesn't it sound canned and, just fake?
Well, and actually the name actually alludes to that too. Chat bot. People think bot, people think automatic, people think People think of, dialing up a large governmental institution and being told to press 1 if you'd like to be talked to like a child. People think that when I say bot. So here's what I have people do to get in a different little mindset. Get in the mindset of having a conversation at a networking meeting. You're reaching out to somebody, you're shaking their hand, you're asking them about themselves. That conversation that you're having right now is relatively the same to start with every single time. But it doesn't sound robotic because someone's actually talking to you. So what I do is when my clients and I work together, I will get into what their personality is or what their brand personality is. And what I do is try to speak like them, create a little character that is born of them, make sure that I'm getting their attitude, their personality into that bot so that it sounds like a natural conversation.
So now a lot of people might not even be aware that they have already seen bots.
Yeah.
That they've already infiltrated their lives. Tell people how they know when they're looking or talking to a bot.
So for so far up until now, it's been mainly Facebook Messenger based. Bots are breaking out of that frame and going onto websites and a lot of other places. But for now, most people, 90% of people, have seen a bot through Messenger. Here's how you know you're getting a bot and you're not talking to a person. There's a button to click. When you're talking to people, they don't say, would you like to give me your email address for my occasional updates? And there's a button. No. If there's a button, if there's a choice, if there's a list, if there's something fancy going on, you are talking to a bot in Messenger.
So are you trying to tell me that I am neither fancy nor capable of typing a message that has a button or sounding smart?
Let me answer that. I want to answer that. Please.
But will you sleep on the couch for a week if you do? Consider this carefully. You can't create a button. You can't create a button in a person-to-person messenger. You don't have those options.
Okay.
You are so incredibly capable of sounding intelligent, lovely, beautiful to talk to, creating a spiritual experience for everyone that you talk to. But you cannot physically create a button or a list or a choice.
Interesting. I never figured it that way. I just, you see the bot and I never realized that that's the indication that if it's creating something for you to click on, it's a bot.
It's a bot.
It's a bot. So next time I see the message from you, RJ, I can just say, it's a bot. She'll never know.
She'll never know. No. Barry Cohen. I read each and every one of your responses, sir, because I could be in trouble if I don't. So believe me, when you write back to my bot, boop, I will be reading that thing. Absolutely.
Now I know I get to write some fun things back to you then.
Yeah. That's it. So RJ, how did you first get into bots and the bodiness of it all?
It was by accident, truly. I had been everybody's IT girl. Everybody, websites, social media, stuff like that is what I created for people. If you had a marketing tech problem, RJ's your girl. So as fun as that is, it covers way too much ground for me to be good, for me to be the person to call. So I had been kind of looking for something that really excited me for a while. Now I got into chatbots because I had this client, and this client made me some promises about getting some stuff into me and wasn't exactly getting that done. I don't know if have you experienced this in your lifetime?
Never.
Maybe.
It's only you.
It's only me. So I alone was experiencing this client problem, and I am a geek. You're having a problem. Let me help you. So I created like a little Google form where she could type in the answers to some questions like, what do you want to get done today? What's most important to you? Things like that. And then that Google form, it went into a beautiful database. Oh, it made charts, graphs, there were colors. It was Geek Christmas. I absolutely loved it. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't. She didn't. And, you know, when I showed it to her, she was like on board, and then she didn't use it for a whole week. So I called. Hey, notice you haven't used this thing. What's up? And she says, RJ, got 5 children in the morning who need to get onto a bus. When they get onto that bus, they need to be clothed, fed, have their homework. She said, yeah. She said, there's no way that I am going to be doing all, getting onto a computer and doing all of this. Can you make it so I don't have to leave Facebook? So I said, yes, I can. I had just discovered bots, and I was like, I'm gonna make something so she doesn't ever have to leave Messenger. She loved it so much. She put it on her wall. A couple of friends saw it. They put it on their walls. And I had 70 people overnight. I got 4 coaching clients.
Amazing.
So here's the question. Were they all moms?
No, they weren't all moms. It was craziness.
Wow.
It was all kinds of people that were having trouble getting stuff done. And here was the weird part, right? I had been asking in my free Facebook group, I'd been asking questions about accountability and productivity and stuff like that every time I would hear crickets. Every time. And so I was asking the same kind of questions in this bot. People were giving me an honest and thorough answer. What?
Yeah.
Why? It was so weird. It was like I've been trying to get exactly this kind of engagement and connection for the longest time. Haven't gotten it. What is the difference? The difference is when I'm throwing questions in a group, other people are watching. Other people are looking at you, being vulnerable and asking questions about stuff you don't know.
Yeah. Or saying, because we know a little bit about that bot that you built, and saying in a group setting, totally. I suck at follow-up. I got a stack full of business cards at this amazing event that I paid thousands of dollars to be at. And that was 4 weeks ago. Didn't pick up the phone. Right. Because everybody wants to be, in a Facebook group saying that. But talking to your coach, your counselor, the person who loves and adores you, and talking to them one-to-one or, bot to human, and then RJ reads it later on, I can see the appeal of that. I can definitely see the appeal with that. So
it's like a little private space and one-on-one, and you get that the person on the other end cares about you. And people are just crying for that these days. They're just crying for it. So I think I interrupted you, Kat. What was your next question?
No, I was going to say, so how are chatbots different from traditional marketing, or do they enhance traditional marketing, or what is traditional marketing? To me, traditional marketing, because I'm old.
Why is there air?
Yeah, why is there air? No, traditional.
One question, hon.
Well, traditional marketing to me is getting crap in your mailbox outside the front door. So how are bots different?
It becomes two-sided instead of one-sided. A lot of marketing that's out there already is very one-sided. Now, that could be different. We could, but we've just haven't been taught necessarily. Now, I'm excluding clients of Cohen Coaching who are being taught how to find and engage their ideal clients through funnels and follow-up. I'm excluding those people, but most people are taught that you just got to get more in the top of the funnel means automatically, because to them it's a math problem, that more will come out the bottom. Baby, it ain't necessarily so. You just talked about that colander. I'm stealing that, by the way. I'm completely,
My
totally
pleasure.
stealing it and telling who, and I will source that material as well. But
And if you do come up with a really good graphic for it, send it our way.
I shall. You know what? It's definitely going to be colanders, pasta, and tomatoes will have a part in this. So it is, it's a simple math problem. If you get 1,000 people in, then boop, 20 people might come out on a high price program. Or if you get 50,000 people in, and people express funnels that way. And I just want to scream. Because what it teaches us to do is alienate each other, when now is the perfect time to go the 180 degrees around and say, let's engage them. No matter what medium it is. Maybe it isn't even a bot, but let's engage them. Let's make this a two-way conversation, because so far marketing has been incredibly one way, when we have the power now to have a conversation, to get the stuff that we need so that we know what to recommend. It ain't everything I got on order. Okay, so I used to work for this boss, you guys, who shall remain unnamed because I don't want to be sued. Anyway, I used to work for this dude who wanted to cram in the tiniest font possible every single thing that we had on our front page. Oh, yes, darling. That was my last corporate slavery experience. Anyway, and we would say to him over and over again, you got to simplify that page because people, A, can't read it, and B, it's super overwhelming and they don't know the difference between this part and this part and this part and the 87 other things you have. And he would say, no. In my country where I'm from, you have the bazaar and you put everything on the table. And that's how people know you got a quality product. And we would all go in unison. And we would go back to our desks and we would put another piece of material onto that already cramped homepage. That's the example that I use because that's what we're taught to do. We're taught, hang it all out there and see what comes back to you. There's a different way to do things. I know that you guys are teaching people a different way to do things. And I'm certainly doing it with the bots. It's about asking questions, letting them ask questions, letting them have a choice and pick their own path. That's what makes these so sexy. That's what makes this so sexy, is the engagement, getting them to click and do that next thing, because they know it's going to be a benefit.
What I love about it is your prospects are now qualifying themselves.
Yeah.
Or filtering themselves out. You don't have to do anything. And they don't have to have that awkward, if and traditionally you pick up the phone and call them, and then there's that they don't want or need your product or service, and they're too afraid to give that definitive no.
Right.
This takes care of that. There's no awkwardness. There's nothing to make you feel bad, or it's a strong yes. It's a solid yes, and they're going down the right path. Right. Because, like you said, you had the conversation with them, you engaged with them, you know where they need to be, they know where they need to be, and you personally haven't done a thing. You just, okay, bring it in.
Come on in, everybody. In case in point, when you're talking about, people coming to you already a strong yes, that was absolutely a huge differentiator. I told you when I got those 70 people in overnight, and then that translated into those phone calls, which translated into clients, I had one person turn on the Zoom and say, where do I sign? That is in contrast with all of those other conversations, which it felt like I was constantly chasing people to get on a phone call.
Right.
Follow up, chase. Okay, finally you're here. Then when they finally got on the call, which was a very small percentage, then I would have to convince, spend the first 15 minutes getting comfortable, like warming up the place so that we could talk about how I could serve them. I don't have to do that anymore. And I'm so grateful.
Yeah. It's an amazing way to like Barry said, to self-select. To have these people self-select. Yeah, you're going to send out the emails. Yeah, you're going to send out your newsletters. Yeah, you're going to keep in touch with people. But then you've got this other thing that creates a conversation. You know, you've got the Facebook ads that bring people in. You've got the LinkedIn ads. You're going to reach out. You're going to reach out to more people than are correct for you. Please don't say you're going to reach out to anyone and everyone, because I will send my hand through the computer screen and slap you.
And there will also be a backhand, forehand,
and
backhand.
Also be backhand. But, you know, first you're reaching out to a lot more people than, you know, maybe be right for you. And then it narrows down. People don't want your free thing. They unsubscribe, whatever. Then you engage them in a conversation like a bot. You engage them in not like a bot conversation. You engage them in a conversation. And then that you notice they are reacting, they're not reacting. They like it, they don't like it. And then you can pick up the phone and call them, have a warm call, invite them to a conversation. Everything that you're doing out there is going to say, you know, it's a yes-no equation. Everything is a yes-no, you know, but at least you're not wasting time and energy and pissing people off, sending them stuff that they're not interested in.
I know. And that's why a lot of methods are alienating, is because we're sending people things and we don't know if they're valuable or not. And we can't really, we don't really ask. I've read maybe a couple of emails over the years that have said, hey, do you want to keep receiving these? Like, you know, but yeah, most of the time we don't know what they want. We don't know what's valuable. And if we did, it would make our marketing so much more powerful.
Yep.
So that's a lot of times that's exactly what I'm using it for. Hey, what are you interested in hearing from me? And you know, and inviting people to unsubscribe if they don't, because then, as you said, I am now going to take that energy I might have spent following up with them, and I'm going to switch that into getting to know another human being. So, because like as entrepreneurs, right? And I know you two do the same thing as I do. We work a lot of hours sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd like to make those hours effective, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And even better, make them effective by having your bot do your work for you.
Yeah.
That's even better, because that actually gives you time to take a break and, hey, you know, I think I'll have lunch today.
Yeah. I think I'll have lunch at the table and not at my desk. I know, Kat. I know.
You
talking crazy talk, girl.
You know I'm all crazy talk. Well, and here's more. Ready? You can use a bot to do customer service type activities. Now, I know on this show we focus on funnels and follow-up, but when you've got
service,
the folks, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I was going to say customer services follow-up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, and so what if you can have customer service that is 24/7, consistent, and that knows everything about your business because you've put it all in there, so that when people have a question, they type in a few things, bam, right answer comes back every time. You've got students. I know you have classes. And so you've got students, many of the traditional setups for classes and stuff like that, like your Teachable, your Thinkific, your Udemy, they all have, you know, here's your table of contents and here's your stuff. And many setups are like that. That's a good setup. But what if I'm a student and I don't remember my password to the site anyway, and I want to get an answer to a quick question, especially if you're a technical person?
Yeah.
It is so much easier for them to type into the bot, how do you blah, 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 and just get the video that they need right now.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the customer service that we want to provide, but it takes so much time to perform that one-on-one that you would need like a staff of 3 extra people.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could have a bot.
Or you have a bot. Now, here's something interesting, because we've heard 2 different terms. We've heard messenger bot, we've heard chat bot.
Yeah.
Please explain the difference to our listening audience.
The answer is there is no difference, and I'm trying to switch my language over to chatbot. I am, I exclusively worked with ManyChat for a long time, and ManyChat is married to Facebook Messenger, so I said Messenger bot a lot. But there's going to be some stuff happening with Facebook and Messenger at the first of the year. Also, so many people have expressed to me, I would so love to do this with you, but I don't want it on Messenger, that now I've expanded my services to full page bots that people use for client attraction, for customer service, for all the things that we just mentioned. So I'm changing to chat bots. Please, if I say Messenger bot again, you're allowed, Kat, to come on and do this to me.
Well, would you consider Messenger bot a subset of chatbots in general?
Absolutely. Chatbots is the umbrella. I can now put these guys on sites, on Messenger, on Skype, I believe, on Slack. If people are using that, I can put them anywhere. Anywhere there's a messaging channel, I can put it. So yeah, the Messenger stuff is part of the umbrella, but chatbot is the real umbrella.
Got it. Beautiful.
So I have a far out question. I don't even know if there's an answer for this one. You got me thinking.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So we're a Google house. We're a completely Google house. So yeah. So there's no Alexa, there's no Siri, there's no nothing. But I know Apple stuff has these little mini shows. Is it bad? What am I talking about? These little mini shows on the Siri, maybe it's on the Alexa. The briefs.
The briefs on Echo, on Amazon Echo. Yeah.
Okay.
Brief.
There's a brief on Amazon Echo. So here's my question. Do you think bots will be on your, Mrs. Google and your Alexa and your Siri and popping up and reminding you of things or doing things or telling you to do your homework or whatever? Do you see that future?
I see that future. I'll tell you why. The company that I've been working with, TrueChat, they already have voice-enabled bots. Yeah, baby. So if
you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, on this show.
Yeah, they already have the voice enabled. I have not personally put that on a bot yet, but it's coming, babies. So that you could, to your bot, say one thing, but I think that you were actually asking about if you could stand in the middle of your house and say, hey, Google, could you play that video or play that audio track of how to blah, blah, blah right now? Can we have that type of a connection? We can have that type of a connection because right now you can call up a particular podcast or a particular video or whatever. So all that would take is a little integration with your favorite system. And so, TrueChat, you're about to get a request.
Now here is
Steve loves me.
A step further. Can I do this podcast using a bot instead of me?
Oh, you can. I was looking at a piece of software today. I don't know that. Like, if you were doing this live stream using a bot instead of you, like, would the bot come up with the content?
I don't know. I'm just thinking, how can I do less work?
How can I do less work? Okay, Barry Darling, check out Mug Jam.
Mug Jam, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You're going to send him down a rabbit hole.
I'm sending him down a rabbit hole.
Mug Jam it is.
Mug Jam it is.
What I love about the bots, and especially the ones that you do, you make the little avatars for people, and they're not just a name. So what is the name of yours?
Spinning Dragon, baby.
Spinning Dragon. There's a few of them that I remember. One of them, you have the booby bot, of course.
Yes, of course.
That would be Lori Bodemer with Ruby Ribbon. We might as well give her a plug.
Shout out to Lori. And right, we made ours. I'm not doing that much with bots yet. I'm trying to get into it a little bit more. We called ours Tiny Coaches. because it's fun.
And then the song Tiny Dancer starts playing in my head.
Every time. That's why I do it. I get the earworm going and boom, we're off.
It's a good day, babies.
So yeah, I think doing things like that and having the cartoon characters, the caricatures, the cartoons of people makes them fun also, instead of just straight corporate and rigid. So you get to put your own personality not only into what you're putting in as questions and answers, you're able to put your personality into the imagery as well.
Yeah, and that's really important. I mean, I talked a little bit, I just hit on it a little tiny bit over the event that we did this weekend. Right. By the way, the two of you were freaking phenomenal.
As were you.
We got a good coach. What can I say? But yeah, absolutely, darlings. So this gamification element, I talked a little bit about it, but I'm so excited because it's going to allow me to take advantage of the facts that humans absolutely love winning. We love leveling up. We love gaining new superpowers. We love doing all of these things. What if a part of your bot were actively involved in stuff that human beings love anyway? What if you could get them to click that next button because they're going to gain a superpower? It's going to be a no-brainer to click that next button. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm still working on that. That's in progress in the bot cave here. But very, very soon, all of my bots are going to have those sort of game elements in them, and we're going to see how far that goes.
Yeah, get points for, I've got 1,001 ideas. Get points for doing different things. Get points for whatever. Get points for answering the question. Get points for participating. Get points for It's like that.
You get an award just for participating?
No, you don't get an award for participating. You get points for participating. You got to get a lot of points and participate well in order to get an award.
True.
This is not let's make every kid in the schoolyard happy time.
No, that's very, very passive. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous notion. And it makes your marketing so much more passive, which is like a lot of the stuff that happens now, which is this lecture and we read it and, maybe somebody clicks a button somewhere. We want to make the bots so that, hey, tell us this. And then boom, when you've said that, then a graphic comes up, a little celebration happens. We're celebrating with people who accomplish things throughout that customer journey. That is just compelling, babies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So RJ, tell us, who should look into building a bot for their business? What kinds of businesses can be served by bots? Do you have to be a big corporation to hire the famed RJ Redden? What's the dealio with that?
Well, so the dealio is, first, you've got to know who you're after. If you don't know who you're after, please contact Cohen Coaching. You know what I'm saying, because they are the purveyors of the famous client attraction mastery. They know how to help you zero in on those people that you need. Because I always do that. When people come to me and they say, oh my gosh, I want this. This is awesome. I'm like, okay, who we targeted for? Who we gonna talk to? If they don't have an answer, I say Cohen Coaching, because I can't have those kinds of folks.
Just saying. Since you're throwing it out there, we do have a course starting up in a couple of weeks. So cohencoaching.com/Cam. Boom.
Anyway, so if people know who they are marketing toward, and if they have a message, I can't make up the message. I can't make up that's not what I do. What I do is I take that message and I put it onto my platform and I make a game and I make it fun and I make it personal. But I can't message you. And I know that that's part of what you guys do too, correct?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, absolutely.
And then, of course, our friend Jane is the message queen.
immensely.
Yeah.
But let me get back to the other question, because I know the Cohen fans who are just gobbling all this up. Do we have any fans, honey?
My parents.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Is the bot only for big companies? Is it, do I have to be doing $1 million a year and $5 million a year in sales? I mean, let's start with this. What size company could use a bot? What kind of company can use a bot? So that's 2 questions.
Okay. Size company. All of them. You can, if you are a single practitioner, if you are a direct salesperson representing another company, it doesn't matter the size of company. The only thing that matters is if you know who we're targeting and if you've got a message. So size of company from 1 to 1 billion, bots will serve them all. Okay. What was the second question? Because I forgot it.
You know what? I just want to pause right there, because the booby bot that we were talking about, Lori Bodemer is, she is a distributor, as I said earlier, for Ruby Ribbon. One person, one distributor for a company. And what is her bot doing for people?
Her bot is scheduling fittings. So in order for Lori to be able, she's got to fit she sells camis. She's got to fit these bad boys on you. So she lives in Arizona. So we wanted to make her bot be able to fit anybody who came in. So in that bot, you can schedule a fitting with her in person. If you live around where she lives, it can schedule a Zoom call in which you can do a fitting with Lori, or the bot will fit you. It'll walk you through the steps to fit you, and then you'll be able to talk to Lori and get what you need.
And so, for the guys that are watching, it's bras, guys. It's not a bra, but it's a bra. That's all you need to know. Ladies, just go to the booby bot.
But here's and I want to go into this a little bit more, because I mean, yeah, if you're a big company, you can get a bot, you can afford a bot, of course, and you should have a bot, because God knows the people that you are using that barely speak English, not cutting it, people, not cutting it, pissing me off. But again, I want to go back to Lori, and she's one person. Yep. With Ruby Ribbon.
Yep.
This bot, think about what RJ just described. This bot is that M. Taylor thing. Really? And that was M. Taylor is a big company. It's an app with overpriced jeans, my opinion. I buy the cheapest jeans at Costco. Overpriced stuff. And it was this huge app that happened to be on Shark Tank. So they had to get a boat ton of money from Shark Tank to build this app to tell you what size jeans you wear. And BoobyBot, designed by RJ Redden for, I promise you, a fraction of 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 the cost of building that app.
Basically, RJ paid Lori to build it.
No. But people out there in podcast land, can you see how a bot could dramatically change how you are bringing people into your world, how you are servicing these people, how you are expanding from the Phoenix, Arizona area, in the case of Lori, to wherever you've got an internet connection, you can go, you can get a fitting, you can get these gorgeous camis.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
I can do anything a website or an app can do, given, some things are more difficult than others, but it's, for me, I just love to see the light come on in people's eyes when they're getting what they need and ready to go. It is small business owners and medium and large business owners too can really benefit from being able to, the thing where it says it takes between 7 and 12 contacts to, get a relationship with somebody. Not if you put it all right there for them that they can choose from. It does dramatically reduce that number.
Every interaction on the bot is a contact, people. When when you sign up for my bot and I send you some information, and then a week later I say, hey, I'm going to be doing this Facebook Live with RJ. Are you interested? And you react, that's touch number 2.
Yep.
I mean, I can send you stuff, but if you don't react, that's not a touch.
Yeah.
So you react, that's touch number 2. You show up, that's touch number 3. And on and on and on and on. So it's a different touch.
Yeah.
12 emails does not a relationship make, nor does 12 phone calls. Although, that gets it done faster, but none of us want to make the cold call. We want to make the warm call. So there you have it. It's just a different way of approaching somebody.
Now I want to go off topic because for people that don't know you personally, RJ, we have to discuss all this stuff going on behind you. First, let's explain to people why you have cape and goggles.
Well, so this started out as I was teasing Jane. Our friend Jane M. Powers, I was teasing her. She'd invited me to her event. And I knew I was coming. And so I saw her on a live stream. She was talking about it. And I was like, okay, well, she said it was a superhero event. And I'm like, well, if it's a superhero event, then I'm wearing a cape. And she wrote back, you better wear a cape. And I'm like, okay, I'm committed now. So I showed up to the first event. I had this very cape on, and I had like a little felt mask, which my head was way too big for. Let's just say that I popped that thing out several times.
And that's the event we met you at, by the way. And we were looking, going, who is this person?
Who is that?
And the better question was, why is this person?
Why? What is happening here? I'll tell you what it's turned into is I really think that when you add personality to your brand, when you add personality to your marketing, then it helps you stand out over and above everybody else.
Yeah.
And it shows you as a person who is not afraid to just be themselves. And a lot of that type of stuff is very attractive to people. I tell you, I did a conference a couple weeks ago in Atlanta, and all of these ladies it was what women want. So it was all women, and there were a couple of dudes floating around. They were a lot of fun, but a lot of the women were very made up. You know me, I haven't worn makeup a day in my whole life. They were all very, very put together. And then I walk in with jeans and a t-shirt and a cape and some goggles. And I thought I don't know if this is going to go over so well, but women came up to me. Woman after woman would come up to me and said, I admire the fact that you're wearing a cape right now. I mean, people love it. And also, I'm a little shy sometimes, and I don't always go up and start conversations with people. I have found that you wear something like this, they're going to come talk to you.
Absolutely. Makes your marketing job easier. Yeah. So along with the bots, wear a cape and goggles, and you too will have people coming up to you.
And it's one thing we always tell our clients also, make sure you are always on brand.
Mm-hmm.
This has turned into your brand, and you're always on brand. It's plain and simple. And
here, ladies and gentlemen, here's a secret. For this event that that Barry, RJ, and I just attended, RJ got in a day early and asked if we had a spare room because she changed her reservation at the last minute.
Actually, she said, do you have a spare coach?
I read it as coach because I didn't have my glasses on. It was couch. We have a spare room. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, RJ got ready for bed. She has adorable little footsie pajamas, and she wears a cape and goggles to bed. You heard it here first. This is the truth.
I have pictures to prove it, and I will send pictures to anyone that sends me a lot of money.
That's the way to do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Why would I just release them like that? I might as well make a buck off of it.
Exactly. And I encourage you to do so.
Thank you.
I think that's awesome.
So footsie pajamas, cape, goggles. That's how she sleeps.
And okay, so I'm going to go back to the stuff behind you because I'm actually making a point with all of that, having fun with your brand because you know I love you. But you've got Yoda, absolute geekdom.
Yeah.
And you've got Bob Ross, absolute creativity.
Yeah.
You've got them both. You have that technical ability to put these bots together because it can get incredibly technical.
Oh, yeah.
And you also have that amazing creativity of knowing how to put these conversations together within the bot. Yeah. So that was my point. I mean, right there, it's absolutely perfect. Is it right and left brain? Are the right and left brains lined up properly?
Yeah.
Which is the right brain? Is that the creativity?
Right brain is creativity.
Yes, it's done perfect.
Yep.
Yes. Well, and I do stand right at that intersection because it's just about as much, it's about technical as much as it's about creativity. And in fact, when I was looking for people to join my team, it was like, this is what I need. I don't need anybody over technical. I don't need anybody over creative. I need somebody who can stand at that intersection with me. So you're so right about that, Barry.
Yeah, I mean, if Catherine and I were to have a love child, it would be you. Because I'm the overly technical one. Catherine is the overly creative one. Put them together and we have a little RJ.
Oh, RJ. Oh.
That's so beautiful. Well, you guys do such great work, and I admire you, and I'm so happy you're my friends. When I attended Jane's event the first time, and then 3 weeks later, I think you guys were at Jay's event too. You were at JVology, if I recall. And I was really scared because it was like, I'm coming back to Phoenix. Like, that was supposed to be a one-time thing, people. I had no idea. And so I came back, and then I was convincing myself not to go to the VIP, the little mixer that they had the first day. Oh, I think it was a mastermind. Yeah. Because I thought to myself, well, because I had come to Jane's event with someone that I knew. Mm-hmm. I was here alone, and I knew that Jay wasn't going to be there until the following morning. And so I was convincing myself, don't go to the mastermind. Nobody's going to know you. It's going to be weird. I walk in the door, and who's sitting there? Two of you. And what did you do? You said, where's the cape? And so I put it on immediately, clearly, and started having a good time with my friends instead of feeling stuck alone, like I was going to maybe mess all this up. I had a couple of people that I could sit with. So I don't know if you do that, but you really inspired me, and thank you.
You're very welcome. You inspire us as well. So how do people get in touch with you, RJ? I want to know if a chatbot is right for my business. I want to know if you cost $1 million, billion, bazillion dollars. I want to know how many of my children I have to sell in order to get a bot and have botaliciousness about my business. What do I do? How do I do that?
Well, there is a very special link that I gave you guys, and yeah. Go hit on that. What will happen is it'll take you to Spinning Dragon, who is my bot. My bot will then help you decide what kind of strategy is right for you, depending on how much time you have to spend and a couple of other factors. Spinning Dragon is going to ask you a couple questions. Answer the questions. She will spit out, deliver you a little bot strategy, and then it's going to say, hey, you want to discuss this strategy in detail, why don't you get on my calendar? It's a free call. Free. Get on my calendar. We will chat about bots. We will chat about if they're right for you. And if they are, I'll have an invitation for you.
And for those that are listening to the podcast version of this, the audio only, that's cohencoaching.com/bots, BOTS. like robots. So cohencoaching.com/bots.
Bots.
And it's also in the comments section of the Facebook page and the YouTube channel.
Yes, absolutely.
Getting all the places where people
hitting all the places that this might be. But if you're out there and you're and especially if you're a one man, one woman show and you want to have greater engagement, you want the people who get into your funnel. So this is one. The people who get into your funnel are qualified. They have done things that say, I'm interested. You know, they pushed the button, they asked for the this, they reacted to the that. That's number one, get a bot so that you get qualified people in your funnel so that your funnel doesn't turn into a colander because people are trying to leave. That's number one. Number two, when you are following up with people, coaches out there, coaches.
Not couches.
Not couches, coaches. Be sure to have a way to continuously communicate with your people and have them communicate back with you. And they're on Facebook. They're looking at their text messages. They're doing these things. So they're not going to answer your call. And I'll tell you why I know that they're not going to answer your call. Because when you have a coach and your coach says, try this or do that, and you go, okay, and then you don't do it, and then your coach calls, you avoid the call. I know. I avoid my coach's call when I didn't do something right. My clients avoid our calls when they haven't finished it yet, but they won't avoid the bot. So that's your follow-up part. You've got your funnel and you got your follow-up and you got it all right here with RJ Redden.
Thank you.
Look at you. Any last bot formation that you, we could do this all day.
Yeah, we could.
We'd like to share with everybody.
And last bot formation. So if you are, looking for another tool to add to your toolbox, if you'd like to, do something super engaging and all of that, if this sounds right for you, then it's a wonderful way to bring people into your circle and to get to know them. I mean, honestly, for me, I don't want to grow to be an absolutely huge company. What my dream is to engage people about the bots, but I don't want to have 1 billion clients. I want to have quality leads. That's what I want to have. And this bot has helped me so much to create and invite people into my circle who are the utmost quality. So if you're looking for quality, do some bot stuff. At least hop up on that link, see what kind of advice Spinning Dragon has for you, and get on my calendar so we can chat and I can explain every single item behind myself right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what you said is great. Good. At least click the link, cohencoaching.com/bots. Click the link. You're going to see exactly what a chatbot can do.
Yeah.
And you're going to see how wonderful it is. And then you're going to say, yeah, I need to talk to RJ. Just simple as that. I can't recommend enough for our listeners and viewers to get in touch with you, RJ, because you are such a flippin' genius at what you do. And again, it's that combination of super technical and super creative that you put together so well.
Right brain, and they come together. And for our dear friend Jenny, if you're watching, and that's how you connect your left brain and right brain, people. Do that.
So with that, let's close out the show. Oh, by the way, love the lava lamp. So love that lava lamp.
Thank you. Lava lamp's cool.
All right. So if you're listening, watching, follow us on Facebook at Funnels and Follow Up, on YouTube at Cohen Coaching, and we're on iTunes, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, we're everywhere. Just look for the Funnels and Follow-Up Show. Subscribe, rate, review, that whole deal. Make us feel good, because if we don't get good ratings, Catherine yells at me, and we know I don't want to get yelled at, and it's all about me.
It is.
So with that, RJ, thank you again for being here, and we'll catch everyone on the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.